unfortunately, life don't work like that. Where you get to do that. In Jesus' name, amen. Jesus black, I don't believe. But how you feel about so your name Derek, right? Derek Brumfield. You a junior?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm just making sure. I want to make sure I got my information correct because as an interviewer, you got to come with the facts. You
Soon to be a second.
Soon to be a second.
Yes.
I don't understand how that works. All right, but yeah. So Derek Kevin Brumfield Jr., who lives in New Orleans, Louisiana, in the 7th Ward, Lakeview area. Address.
Don't do all that. Come on.
All right. I just make sure because I make sure I got my information. All right. So you are in the National Guard, right?
Yes.
And you serve this country, with your service, right?
Yes.
And my stance, like when it comes to the national anthem and the American flag and stuff. In fact, I posted a video not too long ago about why I would never stand for the national anthem. At first, I knelt because of Colin Kaepernick brought awareness, but after doing my own research and realizing that I feel as though the national anthem is a diss song to black people when you get the context behind it and why Frank, I don't remember his last name, wrote the national anthem and the lines that they omitted. My saying was that if when Tupac made a diss song to Biggie, if you took Biggie's name out of it, it would still be a diss song to Biggie. So like if the options was like, look, Biggie, I want you to stand for this hit 'em up diss song, but he gonna take your name out of it, it still wouldn't cease to be a diss song towards Biggie, because the intent behind it was to diss him. And I feel like the intent behind the national anthem was to talk about this American flag, but it was also to talk about the war that was going on at the time, which black people in that war was fighting with the British people. They're fighting for their freedom. And he even articulated that in the national anthem, talking about, I can't remember because he said it, they spoke different back then, but he basically said something to the sense of like, you slaves and stuff like that, y'all gonna remain in bondage or something like that. It's in there. I got the original one. So after reading that, I'm like, just taking that line out don't change what his intent was. And he was a slave owner. It don't change how he felt. But that's my opinion. And we ain't here for my opinion on the stuff. You in the National Guard, you serve this country, you a black man. How do you balance knowing the history of this country and you serving it? How do you do that as a black man? How do you get the courage? Because I think it takes real courage, to see the bad of something, but try to make it something better. And so like, how do you balance that, with, being a black man? How do you balance serving this country and the national, like the flag, like, I don't want, I'm gonna let you elaborate because I don't want to say what you do when it comes to that, but just how do you, I guess, have the willpower to serve the country, knowing the history and how, they treat our people and stuff like that. Like, what's your 2 cents on that?
All right, so let me ask you a question. If you built something, would you or would you not protect it from, let's just say, destruction?
Yeah, I'll protect it from destruction if I built it. You
would protect it?
Yes, sir.
So say if your grandfather built something, would
right.
you try to protect what he built from harm?
Yes.
Or would you just let it go?
I'll definitely protect what my grandfather built.
So your ancestors, along with my ancestors, have built this country.
That's true.
We have every right to be here.
That's 100%
I want to say
true.
Malcolm, a whole bunch of people say that. But Malcolm is coming in my head. We built this country. This country was built on the backs of our people. Yeah. We laid the tracks. We built this. We cleaned this. We, raised all of these children, and therefore we have a stake in this country.
That's true.
That's why a lot of us didn't go. We didn't leave. Mm-hmm. Why? Because we built this.
Right.
Why would I leave something that I built? Although I know I'm still fighting for equality, and I'm still fighting for a lot of things, and just to be seen as a human being to most people. Because whether we don't want to talk about it or not, there are still some people in this country who do not view us as equal and hate us for who we are and what we look like.
That's true.
Like we decided to come here. Like
right.
we just built boats and just decided to come over here because we wanted to come.
Right.
And or build boats to go back because it ain't like they was trying to send us back either.
Right.
So I don't know about all that. But anyways, we built this country on the backs of our ancestors. Right? Therefore, I feel like part of that is that we should still try to fight to protect it. Because although there may be people who don't, in this country 100% agree with, us being black people and having all, being equal and all these things, but then also, the strife that we went through trying to get equality in this country, voting rights, all of those things, and equal access to everything. And we did not come into this country with our free will. Some of us did. Honestly, truly, throughout history, there were some black people that came here freely. But for the majority, we all did not come here freely. And so with that, taking all that into consideration, I do understand it. But at the same time, when you fight, you got to think about it like this. So we didn't have the right. Think about it like this. We built the institutions that gives the right to vote. However, we didn't receive those rights. And we fought for those rights, right? And so because we built those institutions and we fought and we received the right to vote, we need to continue to fight for that right to vote and to protect what we built and what we earned the right to have. Therefore, I fight. I pick up my weapon for this country, for the red, white, and blue, for the American flag, because I believe that this is a country my ancestors played a part in. We built, we supported, and we made this happen. And I have also had a later generation of ancestors who fought for civil liberties that we were not privy to when we built this country. And therefore, in order to continue to make sure that my children receive and uphold those liberties that my ancestors fought for, I fight for this country. I fight for this state. And I fight for you, Antonio Travis, because you still live here.
You gotta say my name?
Yeah, you the interviewer. So that's why I don't really have any qualms about it. I mean,
that make a lot of sense.
There is some stuff that go down, but at the same time, that's my reason why.
That make a lot of sense. You painted a good picture. That make a lot of sense. You kind of you brought that one all the way home. That's tough. You did that.